Welcome to Cooking at Nanook Lodge. Today we've got a dessert lesson and we are going to make my favorite sauce, all-time favorite, hands down, caramel sauce. I like it better than chocolate sauce or strawberry sauce, and it's so versatile. You can flavor it in a lot of different directions, and we'll talk about that as we go through the recipe. It's really some sugar and some cream and a few other ingredients. Super easy to make at home. Keeps in the refrigerator for a number of weeks, and you'll be so happy you have it on hand. Here we have 8 simple ingredients. None of them are hard to find. A lot of them you probably already have in your house. But this is all it takes to make some great homemade caramel sauce. A little bit of cream, some water we're going to dissolve the sugar with. Now here, if you wanted to spike your caramel with bourbon, I would switch this 1/4 cup of water for a 1/4 cup of bourbon and start there. So there's a good flavor to switch this into. We've got just some white granulated sugar, a little bit of salt, just a little bit of lemon juice we're going to take from a lemon, some butter, vanilla, and a little bit of corn syrup. Here we've got all the ingredients measured and ready to go. I'm going to talk about a couple of them. We've got some corn syrup here, and you're probably wondering, why do we add corn syrup to caramel when you already got the sugar? Well, the corn syrup is actually going to act as an agent to keep the sucrose crystals in the sugar from crystallizing and creating a grainy caramel. So the glucose in the corn syrup kind of mix together and help that, as well as the acid from the lemon juice. That's why we have just a touch of acid to this. It kind of interferes and doesn't allow those crystals to form, so you keep your caramel nice and smooth. We've got the cream here. Now, there's some fun things you can do with caramel. I mentioned the bourbon earlier. If you wanted to create a rosemary caramel, which I've done, go get some fresh rosemary, take the cream, heat it up on the stove, and let the rosemary infuse and steep in the cream for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then strain it out. And then put your cream in the caramel when we do that. You can also do the same thing with lavender. A lavender caramel is really delicate and delicious. There are a lot of different things you can do. So play with it, have fun. I've done orange caramel, where you infuse the cream with some orange zest and then strain it out. Lots of different ways to go. But let's go to the stove and make some caramel. You can see it's starting to turn a light golden brown as we inch even hotter. See how this is almost 350. It's a nice dark brown amber. The dark brown amber is going to give the nice caramel color. I'm going to take it off from the camera here, and I'm going to add in the butter. Now I'm also going to then pour in the cream. I'm going to take the candy thermometer out, reduce my heat to medium a little bit, and then I'm going to pour in the cream. It'll splatter, it'll clump up, but those will all melt right back out again. So we're gonna cook this until all the lumps have come back out, get it to just a nice little boil, turn the heat off. Caramel sauce all ready to go. I pour it into a glass canning jar, but pour it into something that's heat proof. We're going to let this just sit for a little bit. It is still very runny and very hot. As it cools down and as you put it in the fridge, it will thicken up, so don't worry about that. I love the caramel sauce because you can do so many things. My favorite is just simply over some vanilla ice cream, but you can drizzle it over apple pie or apple dumplings. You can put it over that praline cheesecake that I made a few weeks ago and make it ultra decadent. One of the things about this is this recipe is easy to double. It'll take a little longer on the stove to cook out all that extra water from the sugar and brown the sugar, but it's fine. You can easily double it and you'll have a quart of this wonderful caramel sauce. Thanks for tuning in to Cooking at Nanook Lodge. Enjoy your caramel sauce.